Madam Speaker, we come on to education. Every mother and father in Fiji wants to know that their child will grow up in a better society with more opportunities than they knew themselves. That starts with education. Before this government, many families were left heartbroken. Some were unable to send their children to school at all. Those days ended the moment this government introduced free education, free textbooks and subsidized transportation to school. And the education revolution, Madam Speaker, started by this government is alive and well with another historic allocation in this year's budget. For the first time ever, 2018 and 19 is $1 billion year in Fijian education, as we've allocated a record-smashing amount of over $1 billion to the education sector, nearly 22% of government's total expenditure. Fijian families can send their children to primary and secondary school without worrying about money, because both will remain free for all Fijian students with an allocation of $66.4 million. But we're making one important change. Families who feel on a voluntary basis that they can afford their school fees for the children can now pay the school fees or any amount they choose direct into an account that helps fund the construction of schools in rural and maritime areas of Fiji. And we urge the august members of this House who do have children in school to take the lead on this initiative. The bus fare assistance program will continue, as will our free meal program for Year 1 students. Madam Speaker, Fijian schools must afford students the same level of safety and the same duty of care that they enjoy at home with their families. In far too many cases, that is not happening in our schools. We have students being assaulted by other students being beaten, bullied and harassed, and it's totally unacceptable. Making our schools safer, Madam Speaker, starts with instilling values, family values, with respect, tolerance, discipline, teamwork, nation building and a sense of civic duty. That's why we're bringing scouting to the Fijian education system, working with the Fijian Scouts Association, of which His Excellency the President is a patron, to bring scout programs for girls and boys for the first time into secondary schools and new high schools on a voluntary basis. That's going to bring leadership opportunities to campuses and the development of our young people. That's going to build a spirit of teamwork on campuses that's going to help build communities among our students. Home away from home that brings the same structure, stability and security of a family environment. And schools that already have cadet training can offer both of these programs to the students. We are working with the Fiji Scouts Association to bring this program online from term 1 of 2019. And in the meantime, we'll be beginning our training courses for the teachers to roll out this program in the new year. Madam Speaker, we're also going to extend the reach of the Accident Compensation Commission Fiji to cover schoolyard injuries, so that families of students hurt at school can benefit from a no-fault payment scheme that can go towards the cost of their recovery. This is going to paint a very clear picture of which schools have serious problems with abuse on school property and need special attention. And of course, Madam Speaker, accidents do happen at schools. We've had children, for example, because children were playing around, a pen poked into somebody's eye, and they actually lost their eyesight. This is precisely what this compensation will cover for, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, we want teachers in classrooms to be able to afford as much as a one-on-one attention as possible to our students. To improve the ratio of teachers to students, we've allocated $5 million to recruit an additional 200 primary school and 50 secondary school teachers, along with another $26.9 million as a salary grant for early childhood education teachers. Madam Speaker, Fijians don't become teachers because they think it will be an easy job. They do it because they want to make a difference. They want to change the lives of our young people, guide them, empower them, and further their development. Madam Speaker, this government is now bringing that same level of commitment to develop and empower Fijian teachers. We will be offering, Madam Speaker, 50 full-time academic scholarships that are open exclusively to Fijian teachers. 30 of these scholarships are available to teachers who already hold a diploma and who want to upgrade to a bachelor's degree in maths, physics, English language and literature, information technology, industrial arts, special education and early childhood education. And 20 scholarships, Madam Speaker, will be available to teachers who hold a degree and who want to upgrade to a postgraduate degree, including PhD programs in maths, physics, English language and literature. Madam Speaker, we're offering these scholarships in those areas because there is a serious lack of specialist teachers in the country. We need teachers with advanced skills in areas that are critical in a modern economy. We want Fijian teachers to receive these qualifications, better themselves and ultimately better the education they provide to our young people. Madam Speaker, we're going to comprehensively review our school curriculum because our students need the right skills, the right knowledge and the right qualifications to be competitive in a modern economy. That's why we'll be redesigning certain courses to better engage with students. For example, an everyday maths track for students who don't want to study complex maths. Madam Speaker, in a truly knowledge-based society, we all need to actively seek education, strive for good information and keep up with new trends. And all Fijians deserve an education system that keeps up with them as well. That's why we'll be developing adult education to be taught after hours run by the Fiji National University. We'll be giving adults the chance to take new courses on how to start their own businesses. For example, how to manage basic finances, file tax returns, apply for social welfare benefits and other skills, critical skills, and give more of our people more opportunities to do well for themselves and do well by their families. These courses will be taught after hours by teachers and civil servants starting in Term 1 in 2019. We are also working in partnership with the Indian government and the Commonwealth Open Learning Centre to review our education curriculum, bringing global expertise to bear in the education of our young people. As well as, Madam Speaker, climate change poses a serious threat to the education of our people, and we are raising the standard of resilience across the board in education, rebuilding back better from T.C. Winston, Geeta, Kenny and Josie with a total allocation of $90 million. We are also bringing a level of uniformity, aside from meeting high standards in construction, to the design of schools in Fiji, along with interior and exterior furnishings, and that will be funded by a special grant for school renovation of $6.9 million for government and non-government schools. The Ministry of Education has also been tasked to work with the Construction Implementation Unit to carry out a comprehensive stocktake of school premises around the country, based on school needs and applications made by school management. The new system will weed out inefficiencies and make more effective use of the $300,000 provided to properly fit out schools throughout the country. Madam Speaker, this government introduced TELS in the National Topper Scheme, because when we actually went out and listened to young Fijians, it was clear that too many face financial difficulty in realizing their dreams in education past secondary school. TELS and Toppers have grown, they've expanded in a sustainable manner, they've improved and they've evolved to meet the needs of our students in Fiji, because we keep our ears to the ground and we've taken on the concerns, the ideas and the aspirations of young, ambitious Fijians. It is critical that these programs stay relevant as workplace demands change and as new industries come to Fiji, so that our people have the right skills and the right knowledge to maximize their potential. As is the case in any developed nation, we need to encourage students to take up in-demand areas of study that have the greatest impact on the future. The budget does that, expanding Toppers and TELS to help more of our people and to do better by our students, and to ensure they have the skills that are in demand in our modern economy. This year, we are proud to announce we will be expanding the National Topper Scheme for students with another 340 full-time scholarships, bringing the total number of scholarships under the scheme to 970. Of these new scholarships, Madam Speaker, 20 will be awarded for overseas study in specialized courses that we don't offer in Fiji, including architecture, counseling, forensic science, genetic science, molecular biology, speech therapy, clinical psychology, specialized education, biomedical engineering, town planning, and climate and actuarial studies. 20 will be awarded locally for students in the areas of tourism, agriculture, fisheries, forestry, and other coursework that is aligned with our national development agenda. 5 will be awarded locally for students entering PhD programs. And the remaining scholarships, Madam Speaker, are spread out among the existing priority areas under the Topper Scheme that have already produced extremely talented and accomplished young Fijians. That full list of scholarships awards can be found in the TELS flyer on the Ministry of Economy website, on the TSLB website, and of course in the supplement in the Fiji Sun. Madam Speaker, looking at what we're doing in Toppers is looking at Fiji's future. It's an inside look at the new generation of Fijian experts, intellectuals, and leaders in Fijian society. These 340 new scholarship opportunities will be available at the start of next year, and we very much look forward to seeing young, talented, ambitious Fijians seize this new opportunity. Madam Speaker, we're also adding 20 more full-time scholarships under the scholarship scheme for special needs students, and all of the recipients under the scheme will now be receiving the same slate of allowances offered to National Toppers Scheme recipients. On the back of the historic allocation last year, we're also allocating $206 million to fund TELS in the next financial year, expanding reach of the program to a total of over 25,000 students. Madam Speaker, TELS is an investment in the potential and ability of hard-working Fijian students. And when students go on to a job and pay back their investment, they're really paying on the dreams and ambitions of the next year of students who aspire to tertiary education. Because we are such a young nation, our young people deserve to realize their own dreams to go on to higher education. We need to make every dollar count towards the education of as many Fijians as possible. That's a sustainable model, Madam Speaker, and that's a model that has already funded the educational aspirations of thousands of our people. This year we are announcing that those who repay their loans more quickly under TELS are going to enjoy a major discount in the total repayment. Depending on how fast you repay, you can have a 50%, a 25%, or 10% of your student debt erased completely. Based on what you owe, you'll have a full set of years to make your repayments to enjoy these incentives. It's a simple deal, Madam Speaker. The faster you repay your debt, the less you pay overall. The full detailed breakdown can be found in TELS flyer on the Ministry of Economy and TSLD websites, and of course in the Fiji Sun. Here's an example, Madam Speaker. If you have a $39,000 debt and repay half your debt in 3 years, the other half of your debt will be waived. Or if you repay 75% of the debt in 6 years, the remaining 25% of the debt will no longer be owed. So if you manage your money, if you save and are savvy with your spending, government is going to help you in a very big and a very responsible manner. Because the sooner your debt is repaid, the less you pay overall. That's true because it will accrue less interest, and because of the major discounts offered by this program, and we're also calling for accelerated repayments incentives. What we are calling accelerated repayment incentives. We're making another important change to TELS, Madam Speaker. Because our students deserve transparency and regular updates in the repayment of their loans, especially now that we have such an attractive repayment incentive in place, students will now receive statements on their debt position during and after their studies. And they'll soon be able to view these statements on their mobile phones through the Digital Fiji app. Under TELS, the case has been that only students whose parents made under $25,000 were receiving allowances. We've now increased the threshold to $50,000. And after taking on more input from students, we've increased the bus fare allowance for all eligible TELS and TOPPERS recipients from $15 a week to $30 a week. This will cover, for example, students who are traveling from Ba to the FNU campus in Lautoka. Funding of $18.1 million is allocated to the 15 technical colleges that this government has opened around the country, allowing these institutions to continue passing on invaluable trade skills to our people that are in high demand in our country. We're carrying out a review in partnership with the Australian government on how to keep our coursework in technical colleges relevant and impactful for our students.